A former UK basketball player and son of a UK legend is telling all in his new book called Kentucky Hustler. The book blows the lid on the international ticket scalping circuit. Terry Hatton joins us live in the studio, and who knows what he's going to say next, right? Terry, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Claudia. Just great to be here.
I told you it's live TV. I don't know,
Hey,
you're exposed enough in the book. You can expose enough here.
I brought some books for the cameramen, and it turns out they're all robots.
They're everywhere.
What's going on?
I know.
You're real, though, right?
I'm real.
Claudia?
I think this
Okay,
morning.
good.
It's a Monday. It's always a rough one, right? But let's dive into this book. Why did you want to write this book?
Well, you know, the goal was never to write a book. So I had a kid that worked for me for about 5 years, and he was a writer. So he was going through and chronicling a lot of the things that we were going through, and so he writes this article for a magazine. So it's printed in a magazine, and then Cinemax, HBO, all of these people contact him to possibly do a story about this hustling scene. So he called me and says, hey, they want a book. And I said,
a book?
I'm not an author. I don't even have a turtleneck sweater. How can this happen? So bottom line is, during COVID, I had some time, and they came out, two writers, Travis Pilling and Jeremy Rice, and we did probably 200 hours of recordings and just stories that basically told the story of my life, and it was ended up being a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and you've had quite a life, right? Like,
but
yes,
yeah,
you have.
So I grew up the son of a UK All-American,
Yeah.
and my dream was to play in the NBA, and I had that dream, and it came to a crashing in one day in a basketball game when I played for UK. And then, so what do you do after that? You got to pivot and do something else. So I basically tried a lot of things. You know, your 20s are basically an experimentation of what you want to do, what you want to be. So I've had a 40-year marriage and a lot of things that go along with that, and just ticket hustling and being cast in movie scenes and all that kind of stuff.
And
so it's just been fun.
The ticket hustling is what primarily, this is a whole lot diving into kind of is a crux
It is
of
the
that.
backdrop.
Yeah.
It is the backdrop of many more stories that go along with it. Yeah, it's crazy. I've got to travel all over the world, 4 continents, probably 15 countries doing that. So anyway, it's been quite a ride.
Yeah. You know, you talked about like doing the recordings over that long of a period of time. What, did it almost feel like therapy? Right? Like going through that, it had to be exhausting.
It's kind of a freak show, really, to be honest with you. You know, because as you look back and you tell the story, because it's a flood of memories that come back during this 200
like
hours
you're
of
reliving
recording.
it again.
Yeah, and it was just so great to relive some of the past. I brought in some of the past characters that are in the book to help me remember things, and it's been a fun ride.
Right. What has been the? I know you have some people that have already. I got an advance copy. A lot of people got advance copies. You mentioned just from the article alone, HBO, different like television series kind of things coming forward. Anybody else like stepping forward now that it's on the verge of coming out this month or in a week that you think there might be some takers on a show or a series, because it has all the makings of that?
Yeah, there's a guy named Tim Duffy who's flying to Lexington today. He's a Hollywood producer, and he wants to talk about making it a series, so that's what we're going to do. And you know, we've been real lucky that the people of Kentucky have been behind us so much. And we're just in our advanced reader copies, but we're already on the we're the #1 bestseller on Amazon right now. So it's just awesome. It's been a great ride.
What do you think of all this, right?
You know, sometimes I just kind of get in awe of my own life, but going through it, it didn't seem like that much. But what you know is that everybody has a story to tell.
Absolutely.
Your story, I'm sure it's amazing, and every's got a story to tell, and this just happens to be mine.
Yours is a little bit more exciting than mine's been.
I would say that.
Yours is a little bit more exciting. So let's fast forward and let's say it's on HBO or Netflix or something. Who should play you?
Without question, Matt Damon.
Of course.
I mean, how could that not work?
Right? Of course.
Yeah. Even the robot cameramen are approving.
Of course. And if you need a reporter in it,
you're in.
I will.
Girl,
absolutely.
You're in.
Yes.
You are in.
Is this a deal?
It's
an official deal.
Yeah, we'll sign it up over there.
Where can people get the book?
Well, like I say, you can go to Amazon or KentuckyHustler.com. Or we really support independent bookstores, so we're in 39,000 bookstores right now, so just go online to your favorite bookstore.
Terry Hatton, author of Kentucky Hustler. Thanks so much for stopping by. Great Day Live.
Thank you, Claudia.
So the book, Kentucky Hustler, out October the 14th. It's from Paisley Mountain Press, available online. Check out those independent bookstores and also Amazon or wherever you get books.